tracks, broken branches. So you kind of had an idea where you need to go. So you followed the trail, eventually ended up at the nest of the creature, which was a manticore. You decided, after like 1 hour of discussing what to do, that you were to ambush it, well, somewhere else, but eventually you ambushed it in its nest. After you found the incredible stench and the remains of the companions of the forager, and some orc bones. So then you had a fight where, Tamar almost died in the first round, and that's about as threatening as the Manticore was, because then it just got pounded all the time. And eventually it was begging for its life and tried to negotiate. Nicola, Nero's character, was up to it, but it turns out that the Manticore is a pathological liar, so he was not telling the truth. He even swore on his soul not being burned in damnation, but, well, he lied. He told you that you were poisoned, and you believed it. And that a lizard master of his, that's also eating other lizards, humans, elves, dwarves, and everything you can think of, has the cure in his hut somewhere in the forest. Then you murdered it. Well, Tamarin killed it, which angered Nicola a bit. Or a lot. Depending on if you know German or not. But he went pragmatic and then grabbed his tail spikes anyway. But then you found out that the Manticore had indeed, not poisoned you with any detectable poison. Yeah, as I said before, for more information, do the exploration overview in Roll20. We left off with Sigismund building like a funeral pyre for the Manticore, which is burning in front of you as we speak right now, with the Manticore on it. It's already evening, so you'll probably need to rest soon. You still find yourself in the Manticore lair. With any special effects for fire. Let's put it on the funeral place. Is there anything you want to discuss between yourself of what happened?
I look at the burning manticore, cross my eyes, and address the party and say, "So, how long do you think a manticore should be roasted before you can serve it?"
Iris chuckles.
I'm serious though.
Piss
This
off.
is. I'm serious though. This is a big animal that it could help if we eat it, and we know it's not poisonous.
Nah, come on now, Tamarin. Rule number 1, don't eat anything that talks back.
What if we find deers, birds, and all and other things that start talking back? Are we not supposed to eat them as well?
Well, it depends what kind of talk they are talking. If it's nonsense, we can eat them.
Well, then we have no problems with eating the manticore then if it's just nonsense.
You might have a bite. Never had a manticore.
That's the spirit. Come on, let's get some meat off of it.
You go first.
Okay, I take out my
I intervene immediately.
what?
I intervene immediately. I'll grab his fucking hand if he tries to get any closer.
Well, you want to go first? Go ahead.
No, get the fuck away from him. I just built a funeral pyre. You're not gonna desecrate his corpse while I'm here.
Oh,
What do
it's
you
a
mean?
pyre.
It's a perfect roasting spot. We could roast the meat and then salt it and it should.
You touch him, I'll build one for you 5 minutes later. Understand?
You have to catch me first.
I don't think elf tastes
Have fun.
that good.
I'm just gonna give him a gentle shove for now. Just get him the fuck away from that thing.
Fine, if you want people to starve back at the base, that's your responsibility.
Oh, don't give me that
And I walk
fucking
away.
speech.
It's already on fire.
Crispy, you mean?
No, the people are going to starve. Meanwhile, the Manticore is nowhere near the people.
I can get the deer that he brought with him.
All right. I
There's
mean,
a perfectly good deer.
if we head off now, we could arrive before the night at the settlement? Maybe.
Um,
Anybody got any last
Look-
words to say?
well, looking at the time, you probably won't make it. You will.
Yeah, we just die. We won't make it.
Yes, you won't make it. You will have to rest for the night, unless you want to travel through the dark forest at night and find the Manticore's brother.
Well, the Manticore wasn't a problem. I'm sure his brother won't be either.
I'd have no problem walking through the night. I would rather walk through the night than sleep outside.
But you would also rather sleep outside than build a house. You dwarfs are
That's true.
mysterious people.
You'll never know where you are with us.
Also use one of your daily rations. You only have one left.
No.
Okay, so are you gonna rest for the night, or are you gonna try to walk back?
I vote for walking.
Any opposing
Sounds
votes?
sounds good to me.
I don't vote.
You don't vote.
And just not vote.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can.
Well, I guess then it's decided. So you leave the Manticore burn. Is there anything you want to bring with you from here?
Oh yeah, the pile of gold in the back. The one over there.
The Manticore did not collect gold pieces. It is an old dragon.
Well, it was worth a try.
Well, somebody grabbed the spikes.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Give me.
Do we
a s-
find anything? Can we look for something?
Sure. Well, give me an investigation check. I mean, you already did last time.
Did we?
You find nothing, Urist,
All right.
except what you found before. Well, there's that
Orc
deer in the corner. There's Manticore ashes. There's well, dead bodies of your fallen comrades, and orc bones. And that's
Well, I
about
once
it.
heard that Manticore ashes, it's worth its weight in gold.
Well, it doesn't weigh very much.
That's true.
Anybody has something to transport these bones?
Why do you want to transport bones?
Well, there are fallen comrades.
Shouldn't we bury them, if anything?
Well, we should bury them back at the settlement, not out here.
Maybe we should
Can't
just
really burn
report,
a
and
bone.
then some of our explorers will come back here with like an actual cart.
Probably some of those priests wanted to say something.
Yeah, I don't think we're actually well enough equipped to transport corpses here.
And you're a priest. Can't you say a few things?
I suppose I could.
But I don't even have a shovel.
Well, I don't have a shovel. Does anyone here actually do have a shovel? Because sure I can speak something, but if we're not going to bury them, then my goddess would most likely just ignore them.
Alright, then we just head back and tell some of the old folks to come here and
You can
grab
dig it with your
whatever left.
bare hands.
No.
Okay.
The dwarves, you have standards about digging. Can't just dig with your hands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you a mole?
So as the night sets in, you leave the Manticore's nest behind. You will get no long rest since you're trying to walk through the night. Oh yes, Astad.
We're walking?
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was
we're
the.
resting.
Well, that
Yeah.
was the whole point.
You voted for
After this-
walking.
I didn't vote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
you
maybe
still
that's
got
the problem.
Oh, I think democracy is working quite well. Only 2 people voted yes, and no one else voted.
But I mean,
Well-
I said I'm fine with either, so you had the majority anyway.
Hmm.
Well, Urist, give me a survival check at disadvantage.
because you will die.
Well, no. Maybe. Okay.
I suppose we can't give him the help action.
Let's get back to the map now. Well, he's your trusted leader that will never lead you wrong.
That's bullshit. You know that my character already spoke out against that.
Well, you know who to talk to. Anyway, you're around here, right? And you move out, but it seems like only like 1 hour in, and Urus feels like you're lost again. So
Oh,
you have no idea where you are right now. You managed to get off track from the way you came from. You're somewhere in the forest.
Perhaps we should put someone else in charge of leading us away from now on.
Oh no, my map says that we are almost there. Wait, maybe I put the pieces back together in the wrong order when I ripped it apart. Maybe this piece goes here or here. I don't know. All right, we are lost. I don't care.
I just like look around. I'm just thinking to myself, surrounded by idiots.
Can I look around and try to remember the way back?
Sure. Give me survival check.
Do dwarves have night vision?
Well, they have dark vision.
I remember shit.
You're Tamaron. You feel like you're on the right way. You're not
Can I-
lost. You're going
can I-
the right direction, and you should continue this way further.
Can I roll religion to see if my goddess will guide me through science?
Don't you have to dare to disagree with your leader?
Tamaron, what do
Tamaron?
you tell to the party? You're 100% sure you're going the right way.
Well, I think the dwarf was leading us the right way, but
But you're 100% sure.
well, I do believe that he's leading us the right way, but I don't think we'll get there today. So maybe we should just rest.
Matzel, can I really not consult my goddess about this? Rolling religion, seeing for science.
Well, religion is more about knowledge, about religion, religion itself. To track, you need, well, survival, or you need some channel divinity.
Can I try survival then?
Well, you already had it twice. Let's just say next time you should speak up before you let those incompetent people do their survival check.
I don't think there's a channel divinity that allows you better tracking.
Yeah, I mean like an extraordinary event where the god is like, bros, what you doing? Home is that way.
I think that's called divine intervention.
Yeah. Well, what do? You're in the middle of the night. You don't know where you are.
Well, obviously we're not too far
Well-
away, so we should just keep going.
All right, we'll make camp for tonight. Maybe we'll find something in the morning.
Okay. Lost in the forest for 4 hours.
He's going to be on the rescue team.
Nikolai, you're going to make the first watch. Sigismund, you go second. Tamaron, you go third. And I'll do last. All right, good night. And Ulrich just falls over, lands on his
You-
face, and starts snoring.
And you trust that guy with the way?
Hmm.
Good night, and I just sit down and glaze over and go into my trance.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess yeah, I'll go.
Oh no, I was just gonna pretty much rest.
Okay,
Song of Rest,
Song of Rest. Sure.
Bard, Mr. Bard, you have
But-
the ability Song of Rest.
Already sleeping.
But this is a long rest, so
Yeah, that's why I asked
actually-
for a Song of Rest, because we don't get the
Already
hit dice.
sleeping.
Yeah. You can use your hit dice to recover health.
Yes, but Song of Rest is for
Already
free.
sleeping.
He's already sleeping, Asta.
Can I go kick him?
That's yeah.
You're there.
I don't think you need. I think you need one more. Well, you recover half your hit dice, which is 2, because 1.5. I think, or is it 1? No, let's say 2.
So if I spend two of my dice, do I get one back from the long rest?
No, you spend 2 your dice, you get 2 back at the end of the long rest, so you're back at 3.
Right.
So if you were to actually, let's say you get 1 back, because 2 seems a lot. Yeah, you get 1 back.
Too
We
late, I
just
already put 2 in.
we'll round down.
Too bad, Marcel, I already put it in.
Well, you can just do -1, and it's fine.
The
Impossible.
default rule of D&D is generally rounding down, so that's fine.
Yeah, so you round down. You get 1 back from your 2 use, so you have 2 in
Nice.
total, I think.
I would have had to use only one if it wasn't for the Song of Rest.
Well, you need to roll again, Urus, because you rolled basically rolled 1. Well, that's
There is
still
no
wrong.
space between. There is no space between those numbers.
Roll 1, d8.
1d8, 1 next to d with x8.
You
no,
don't
no-
need
no
to add
space.
one if you're rolling only one.
Okay,
You can just
This-
roll d8.
Oh, okay, roll 1. Never mind, okay.
I think there's also like a dice
Yes, you can
roll
also
on the
put.
left.
Yeah, you also have the hit dice on your character sheet, and you can click that, and it will roll for you.
Well, looks like Sigismund is the only one that's untouched.
Yeah. The fucking thing kept ignoring me.
It's almost as if he was the tank.
Yeah. Well, it didn't tank much. Anyway, during the night, nothing of note happens. The morning rises, the sun comes up from the east. In the morning, please one of you give me a survival check to assess his current situation.
Alright.
Not me.
Not me
I'm
either.
gonna do it this time.
Okay. Sigismund, we believe.
Ooh. Oh. I forgot what my value at survival was.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh, Sigismund, as you look around, you smell a faint smell of the sea. So you know you're somewhere near the coast. If you track down the coast, you could, well, find your way home, basically. Actually, that's wrong.
This way. See, this way. We can probably figure out our location and probably have a little bit more of an idea. Maybe we can spot the pikes from here actually.
No, that's smart.
Yes, so you follow Sigismund towards the coast, and eventually you arrive, and indeed you can spot the pikes from the coastline. Now you pretty much know where you need to go. Actually, let's reveal that. Doesn't really matter. You find yourself over here. Go. And now you just need to move northwards, and eventually arrive at the city before your food runs out. I'm surprised. So you track your way along the coastline. You know, there's the sandy beach. It's pretty long, but the forest is quite near to it. So it's like basic beach and then forest with like very thick deciduous trees. Yeah. After a while, let's say like 3 hours, you think you should be about close to the river. You hear steps, like talking in front of you, coming from the direction of the city.
I'm going to hide and see what's up ahead.
So what you mean is you're gonna sneak up and not hide? Give me a stealth roll then.
Can I
Watch
follow
me
him?
roll another one. Hey,
No.
it's not a one.
Marcel, can I do the same?
Sure, if you want to accompany him.
Sure.
Oh, fuck, you get a +7.
So, Tameron takes the lead, and Nicola follows. But Nicola, maybe he slept bad today. His back hurts a bit from all the carrying he had to do last time. So you follow and you walk up to the noise. You can almost see it through the forest, through the trees. Well, then Nicola trips and it makes a loud sound as he falls into the fucking leaves below him. You have some branches or sticks break, and it's pretty loud. Then you can hear a dwarven voice coming from north. Oh, there was something over there, lads. Let's go.
And I quickly go hide nearby.
I move away from Nicholas as far as possible.
As far as possible. No. But Nicola, before you get up, the dwarf's already on you. And as you look up, you see a familiar face. A dwarf with a relatively short beard for a dwarf. Very thin mustache that's pretty well maintained. Brown hair that's bound to like a ponytail. With the scar on the left side of his face. It's Baldrin, the adventurer dwarf. And he spots you lying on the floor. You're a bit dirty since it rained yesterday, so you have some mud on you. He's like, well, looks like we found him. And with him, you can see, one human, an elf, and another human.
But are you my rescue party?
Ah, yes. Anya was getting worried where you're being, so she sent us to look for you.
Well, we're still all well and fine, all of us. Although some are further away than others. Having been afraid from a few adventurers like yourself. We
Yeah.
fought a manticore, but I'll tell you more on that later.
Sounds interesting. Can you explain why you're rolling around in the mud?
Well, you see, I slipped and fell.
Ah, that's unfortunate. The lands here are treacherous. It rained yesterday. Glad to see you're right. Where are the others? Come on, let's go.
They should be nearby. Let me lead you.
I go from behind the tree and say, right here.
Ah, well, that's two. Did the Manticore get the others?
No, they're also here. Let me show you, and I lead them.
I mean, what took you so long? Was the Manticore that far away?
No, maybe, I don't know. It took some. Well, you see, going that didn't take long, but going back was kind of. It was a problem. A difficulty no one anticipated, especially not a dwarf leader.
Must have fought a big bear or something. A dwarf would never get lost in the forest.
Yes, of course not. Right.
Natural habitat.
So eventually the party joins up, and now you're with Baldrin. Your eyes you up. Seems like everything's okay except for some scratches. So, well, let's get a move on then. Otherwise we'll be late for the party.
Party? Which party?
Well, we've been preparing for the last 2 days to celebrate your first successful mission, but you've kept us waiting.
Oh,
For a
there's
while.
no time for celebration, I'm afraid. For we bring grave news.
Well, then we should hurry. You can tell me and Anya all about it when we're there, otherwise we have to repeat ourselves twice, and that would take too much time, he thinks to himself.
Alright then, let's hurry. Don't hurry too
And-
much, we don't have those long feet.
I know, I'm a dwarf as well. So you follow Baldrin, towards the river. You get to learn, you get to meet like his followers, the people of his team. I won't
They
tell
look
much
more
more about
competent
them.
than us.
Yes. One looks like a member of the Elven Guard, or at least former member, as you told you, called Vindra. You don't need to write it down, really. Actually, I mean you can, but I won't tell you much more because it will get too much. Just know they exist. Then there's like one human scout from Makke called Boris. Well, I don't think I need to write that down. And then there's a druidic knight of Piruk called Tim. So, and not that. Yes,
Timmy.
Yeah.
to me. So they are the people that are part of Bartlin's like team. To me. And you get to know each other a bit. And eventually you come at the river, you cross it with like the float. Well, not the float, raft, sorry.
Raft.
I learned, don't worry about it. Eventually you end up in the outskirts of the town. You enter it, construction of the houses still seems ongoing. Ships are slowly getting disassembled. Most of the ships now look like they're being taken, majority being taken apart, except for the two big ships, the Estelle and the Roderick. And you head straight towards the Hot Roderick where your headquarters are. Unless there's something really important you need to do before. But that's a no.
Anybody needs to go to the toilet?
Nope.
Last
You
chance.
you walk past the spot where yesterday, well, 3 days ago actually, you saw the elves getting into the dispute with the dwarves. You don't see any elves now. You just see dwarves taking apart the ship. Well, seems like they got their way. Then you walk into the Roderick. Okay. The rest of the exploration party leaves. You're just with Baldwin now. And you spot Anya sitting on one of the chests. I don't have a token for yet. As you walk in, she stands up with like pushing herself upwards with a walking stick. Says, "Where have you been?"
Anya, my dear, please stay down. Rest. Let's
she,
get her.
she sits down.
We'll
Well,
have
I was getting worried, that you might have been eaten.
No, us never. But we'll have a report to do. We have bring grave news.
Morel, I'm listening.
Looks like 2 of our companions got eaten by a wild monster. They called it a manticore.
Manticore? I've only heard legends about them.
It is half lion, half scorpion, and half something else.
Dragon.
That's 3 halves.
It was very big.
Well, and what did you do with the Manticore? Do you know where it lives?
We quickly got rid of it, killed the beast.
Impressed, I didn't think you had it in you.
But it tried talking back, but we didn't listen to its lies.
Now, what was the Manticore saying? I'm interested.
Well, he was telling a few things about this land. We also found strange remains of a race that was unknown to us. He called it the Ox.
Oh god. Do the orcs always have to be everywhere?
Do you know these Ox?
Of course I know them. I've fought them for 30 years on the border. Well, they didn't manage to injure me, but they were quite annoying with their persistent raiding and screaming and shouting.
Well, then we
Sounds
soon
terrible.
have another problem on our hands, because apparently some of these Orcs live here.
Well, surely they aren't the orcs from home. We have to be more careful now. In the future. Anything else?
Lion Monster also told us about another race that might be living here. A kind of lizard people. But we have no
Lizard
proof of that.
She takes some notes in front of her. Well, I'll tell it to the council once we meet them. What
Now
happened
we
to what happened to the remains of the foragers?
Sadly, we had no way to transport them back home safely. We'll have to send out another team of equipment, like a bag.
She waves at Baldwin to send his team, and he goes ahead outside.
Road should be safe. We saw no other monsters.
Sounds good. So, how was teamwork on the first mission? Did you guys cooperate well? Were there some issues?
Absolutely no problems whatsoever. Me and the lads get along really well.
Yes,
I have
Sigismund.
my grievances. I have my grievances. I'm
None.
pointing towards Tamron. This one
I
has
did
no
the same.
respect for the dead or a funeral pyre.
All the gods.
I just look through the a window in the ship.
You mean the big hole that the fucking big
Yes, I look through
stones
the big
tied
hole
to-
in the ship with my arms crossed.
Don't
Yeah,
worry,
she-
he's just joking.
Yeah,
Nothing
she
to
looks
say.
vocal. Well, well, listen here. It is vital that you work together. Otherwise, you'll all die in the future. If you can't have your back, well, then your back's open. And if there's something more aggressive than weak Manticore apparently comes around,
Who said
you,
it
you,
was weak?
you need to
It
rely on
fought
it.
legendarily.
Pretty strong. Big claws, actually. Teeth like this.
In any case, you need to work together. Otherwise, I'll need to get a new team of greens soon, because we'll be burying you next. Just take it as a small piece of advice. In any other way, in any other case, good work. I'm impressed. I didn't expect there to be such a horrible monster lurking in the forest. Looks like we need to be more careful now. Anyone has something to add?
I found this, and I hand over the manticore spikes. We could fashion them into arrows.
Interesting. I'll look around town, see if I find someone that could do something with those. Until then, we can store them here if you don't want to carry them around.
Well, no, it was just that, the task was to hand over anything worthwhile which we find.
Yeah. She points at the crate. There's some space. Go ahead. Store them.
I walk over dramatically and slowly,
Dramatic.
one by one. For each one I look over at her and I put it in. So after doing that 18 times, I say, okay.
Anyway, if there's nothing else, she looks at you.
We also found a
was-
few. Sorry.
Oh, no, you can go ahead. Sorry.
We also scouted a few berry bushes south of the river. But depending on. Judging by the situation, the foraging parties might be reluctant to go there to look for them.
Yes, there could be rumors spread of some lion, dragon, scorpion murdering people. People would be unwilling to go there.
I advise them.
We should. I'll advise the council to improve the security of the foraging parties.
We could also use it for propaganda and talk about how our brave adventurers defeated it easily.
I'm sure that rumor will spread by itself. You might get a free
Mm.
drink or two.
Yes, well, in any case, this also can't be confirmed. Maybe we'll find out the truth eventually. But then again, the Manticore was known as a liar. He mentioned that he had a master of some kind. Whether or not this is true is up to speculation.
Seems like this manticore was quite the deceitful creature. Well, I'll keep it stored in the documents here if you need it in the future. Do you have any more information to master it on until what the information we have really?
It's a lizard hiding in the
Yeah.
woods.
All right. And she notes it down. Well, if that's everything, we'll see you in the evening. I'll get my secret stash and then we'll celebrate your first successful mission. I also have quite a surprise for you. Oh, your brother will attend as well, Sigismund.
Oh,
If that's anything, you are free to go.
Right.
Yeah. So, if there's nothing you want to do, like in the meantime, we'll have some more time for your free time afterwards. Then or is there something very important you need to do in between midday and evening?
No.
Nope. Well, you just skip to the party, I guess. Yeah. So, on the when the sky starts to turn dark, you find yourself way back towards well, Broderick. You see some tables are built. You spot one man um, sitting on it with Sigismund's brother Klaus. They're talking. Klaus. Well, I need to look that up how he looks actually. Klaus has some dark brown hair, blue eyes, and his armor looks very similar to Sigismund's, except that actually I don't understand your description. You replace the cloak and first with more stack like antlers. Okay, that makes him look taller.
yeah,
He's
it does.
well, he's also very large, almost like a bear. And the armor looks more bronze instead of shades of green. The guy next to him is bald. Yes, but he has like a bright red beard, a pretty long one, like full beard basically. He wears black armor of the Knights of the Guard. Only, well, Nicola knows how they look. And he seems to be built quite muscular. He seems to be listening to Klaus talking while knitting a scarf. And on the other side, you can see Baldwin and Anya. They're drinking the hard stuff. There's like a big crate with some stored alcohol from the dwarves and the elves on the side, and they seem to have opened that.
I want to have whatever they're having.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I approached them and I asked them to share a drink or two or more.
Of course, elf, but I'm not sure you'll survive this dwarven drink. And he puts up the bottle and puts it on the table. You know, the elves I knew that drank this, they didn't last the night.
I pour some for myself and say, "What does it matter?" And I drink the whole thing.
Okay, give me Constitution save.
As soon as the my character sheet loads, come on, roll 20. There we go.
I'll also take an attempt to offer on the sides, I guess.
Well, do you drink?
9.
Do you try to drink an entire bottle as well? Or
No,
just...
no. I said I pour
No.
myself some, not an entire bottle.
Oh, it's just some. Okay, then you're fine. Then you're fine with that. Yeah, I thought you got you pour some and then you drink the bottle.
No. When the cup becomes empty, I pour myself some more.
As you drink, the taste is like pretty hot in your mouth. It's like quite a sharp taste actually. But other than it almost burns your throat, it's pretty good.
Okay. I continue to drink throughout the whole night.
Sigismund sits there as well. Right. Yeah. What do the others do? Where do you take sit down? Well, nice talking to you guys. Uh, well, you can, you know, Bartlin's while you're drinking with him, he starts telling stories of his youth. Ah, I was once a scout in the Dwarven army. We went through all kinds of shenanigans there. I go into the mountains, they said, and there's this weird village. Well, too bad they omitted information that it was a village of fucking giants. So I walk up there to see what's wrong, and then some guy 5 times my size shows up behind me. I'm like, well, you go with me now, he said. Well, short end of the story, I ended up being imprisoned in this giant village. They'll probably think about eating me. Well, then I took out my dwarven wine that I stored just for this occasion and handed it to him. Obviously, it wasn't much for him, but it was good enough. So eventually, we started drinking and celebrating. I even drank some of the giant's wine, and then I don't remember anything. I passed out right afterwards. Moral of the story: the giants make a damn good wine.
I just pretend to listen to him, not every now and then, and focus on the drink.
And this other story, and it just keeps going on and on.
I'm actually gonna listen with rap interest.
Klaus, meanwhile, sat down to you as well. He keeps listening too. In the back, you hear Anya start singing some songs, and she sings actually pretty well. And she seems to get quite drunk as well, that she almost can't keep herself on the walking stick. And then, while you're all partying, a strange figure walks into the Rodrick. Well, Marco, do you want to explain how your character looks like?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he sees what's going on, the drinking, the stories, the singing, and the knitting. He couldn't handle it. Mm. Yes, Nicola might.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I need to publish the
You
appearance list.
can go to settings on Roll20 and change your display name.
Not Nicola.
Not another Nicola.
He came in and stole his name.
My character's original name, Nikola Tesla.
So also this figure walks in as you described, and Anya recognizes him immediately and says, "Ah, Sokol! He came." Yeah. She waves you. She waves you over. So guys, this is your new party member. Yeah. So, uh, he's like a half elf, so he doesn't really fit in anywhere. And we have uneven numbers, so I thought, well, I could just join up with you since you all have a similar amount of experience.
Oh, so you too killed a manticore.
No,
Well, you seem like a educated fellow, and I point at the religious symbol he has.
ah, he's quite the troublemaker. I heard he almost beat up a dwarf in the street the other day.
Dear
Yeah.
Lord.
Sokol, nice to see you. How have you been? Hmm.
Yes.
I will, just grasp it like that and just give it a firm shake. And be like, yeah, not knowing what a half elf is because I never met one before in my life. And then be like, I'm Sigismund. Nice to meet you. Pleasure.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
And
No.
if they don't, I just tell you them anyway.
Wisdom. That's what you get from me. Summer is Tamaran the elf. We all have our demons.
So, he'll be accompanied you to next mission to see if he's well fit for the job, I guess. Just some exploration mission east, I think. So come in 3 days back. I'll have more. We'll depart then. I'll have more information. But just enjoy the night. I think I need to go to bed.
Okay, see you next week.
Bye.
So she walks up, barely standing up, like walks like in some snake lines with the stick. And then Baldrine gets up and helps her outside to where she lives. You know, the bald man with the beard, just looks up and looks back down and continues knitting his scarf.
Anyway, Sokol, we're barely here for a week, and I see the humans and the elves are already into breeding. Nice to see the things are going smooth. Really? You don't look that old.
Then they
I
don't.
know
Yeah,
elves.
then they can't know half elves.
Yeah.
Aaron just confused.
What's this? Anyway, I'll be yourist. I'll be your new captain or commander. I don't really have a name yet.
Oh,
Oh no, we are not running away. We might be running through the forest for a few hours, but never running away.
As you speak about that, you see the guy with the bald hat and the scarf. You know, he gets up and sits himself down in the corner a bit further away. And you probably notice. And then he continues knitting in the corner. Anyway.
Anyway, how good are your pathfinding skills? Oh, we could use that.
oh, you definitely are going in the first line.
I guess we find our new leader. Not one step back, as she says.
Sorry, what? I didn't understand it. Oh, okay. Oh, don't worry. I'll do the leading. You'll do the navigating. Anyway, get some wine or a beer, whatever suits your taste. Join us.
Right. Pick your poison.
I would
Right.
advise against the thing that Tameron is drinking.
What was that?
So you pick up the elven wine Anya well gave to you guys. It tastes quite exquisite. I think you've never tasted something so good before in wine terms.
With some rotten fruit. Ah, nothing compared to a good brew of dwarven ale.
As long as it works.
Then you're lost, my brother.
Indeed he
Anyway.
is. Baldwin says.
Let's cheer to the death of the Manticore and to our new party.
Here, here.
Hey.
For living in the dead. And I imagine after that last drink I pass out.
Oh,
Don't worry, we'll get him later. We'll get him later. Now it's time to celebrate.
unfortunately there are no chairs here or couch. Yeah, you can put them in the boxes.
Inside the barrel and just roll him out.
Oh no.
And then he was never heard from again.
He rolled into the sea and drowned. So at this point, Bartlin returned from this, well, nightly voyage. And takes another seat. Well, looks like you've been acquainted.
I nod off into sleep.
So what you think of this whole ordeal?
Well, what do you mean by ordeal?
This entire situation here.
I mean, my people aren't dead, so that's a plus.
Oh, but I think he was talking about his people as a whole. I've heard they were being persecuted.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so it's not bad, but I'm not complaining. It's kind of an improvement, actually. Oh, that would be the Van Han. They tried to pretty much slaughter my people beyond the.
You do. That is an empire on the old human continent, which you've never been on. But you've heard the stories about them.
I heard they were a nation of great hunters. I heard they were a nation of great hunters, and they are hunting the Andei for their big tusks and their antlers.
Oh. So you had a run in with the elephant people.
They're elephant people.
Yeah. Was one route over my scouting mission. We went to this weird place somewhere in the mountains, and all of them had elephant hats. So I was like, damn, it's midday. Usually I'm always drunk in the afternoon, right? So, so I was taking a look, and I didn't even speak. They were just, what the fuck's going on over here? So then, well, I just killed them and built a mine there. But they made fine tasks. I still have no clue where they came from. Must have been some magic involved, I tell you. All bad things come from magic.
It's reasonable.
Well, my grandfather always used to say, you can hit a dragon with a big axe and the dragon will die, but some shifty mage is gonna revive him anyway.
Hmm.
And then he
My great
died
grandfather
fighting a
used to say
dragon.
as well. Did he get revived by some mage?
Nah, you
I
know,
mean, the dragon.
back in the day, the gods really were like, who gives a shit? We have so many dwarfs. They just put him in a ditch somewhere. I was looking for his grave for a while, and I never found it. Eventually, I gave up. Yeah, it's quite sad. You know, he had like 5 children, and they now all were orphans. So my father was like having a pretty rough childhood, running around the streets, just trying to get by. In the meantime, the gods were just letting themselves be king around in golden carriages. Quite. I'll bet he wasn't killed by a dragon. Oh, that's worse. Or maybe he wasn't a friend then.
Sounds like an asshole.
Sounds like your father could have been a dwarf, stubborn as ever. And then he punches Uris on the side.
Ouch.
Anyway, it's getting quite late. I'll be going. I'll leave the stage to you. Yeah, good night. And he walks outside in a straight line as a proud dwarf. Yeah, if we have nothing else to talk about, we can skip or end today. That's it then. So now 3 days will pass. Which means will be the 6th day afterwards. Of like the campaign start. So during this time, I'd like to know what your character does in their free time.
Okay. Would you like to do that now, or
Yeah,
sometime soon?
just tell me, what does your character usually do in their free time? Like, you don't have to. I'll do this and that now. Just tell me what you usually does. Like, does it go like take a walk? You know.
I would probably spend time with my family at home, and most likely meet with some of the other druids.
Okay. Uris, what do you do?
I will hang out with the other dwarfs, and if we are still doing it, help building the palisade. Unless the council voted differently.
Okay. Yes, Tamaron, what do you do in your free time?
Just wrote it.
Heal stuff.
Okay, he's Tamaron stalking. And well, Nicola,
Pray and pray.
you're just praying all day.
No, I pray and I pray. I pray and I hunt.
Okay.
For youngers.
Yes. Yeah, so you're looking for Jeremus, the assistant. All right. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can do that now. So you're looking for Jeremus. You walk around the town. You've asked around of how he looks. You know that Jeremus is like. Let me copy in the looks. He's short, like he has short brown hair, and he's clean shaven. He's pretty tall, but also pretty skinny. Like you can almost see the bones when he moves. You know that he has some burn marks on his throat, so he should be easily identified, really. And his teeth are very crooked, with one of the corner tooth missing out. He usually wears like long green working clothes with a dirty apron.
Jeremy is the apprentice of the.
Yes, he's assistant of
magician.
Finbor.
Okay.
As you look around, you eventually find him, and he's like carrying like a box of like ingredients around, herbs, berries, towards the Estelle, the elven ship. Yeah. Jairus looks a bit perplexed as you are, as you say that. Since do, do I know you? I didn't do anything wrong, sir. I'm just carrying the herbs to Finbar. Oh, you want to speak to Finbar? Well, then he's the right person to talk to. I'm Jeremus Thornway. He, he leans in to whisper into your ear. I'll be honest. He always pretends to be pretty busy, but he's always just doing some sort of shenanigans, like experiments. So he should be up for time right now. He nods. Just follow me. Well, you were trying to talk. so Sokol, why do you want to speak to Finbar? You must know the. Yes. He takes one step away from you, like a bit wider distance. Probably. Uh, but so you just discovered your mage. That doesn't seem like a thing you just discover. I wish I could discover being a mage, then I wouldn't have to carry these damn herbs all day. Well, there's no point in trying to get a promotion. There's only two positions, master and assistant, and I'm not sure as hell gonna be the master anytime soon. Then again, he's pretty old, but I wouldn't call myself a master. Anyway, you know, he murmurs to himself. I could, and then he seems like daydreaming for the rest of the walk, until eventually you arrive on the Estelle, in next to Finbor's small laboratory. As you enter, you spot Finbor. Finbar has long blonde hair. It's already graying a bit. He has some wrinkles on his face, which is odd for an elf, and he wears like glasses. He has a slight limp, and when you open the door, he's like, "Ah, Jeremus, you're back." Then he adjusts his glasses a bit. Who's that? Who did you bring with me? With you? I'm Finbar. So, Sokol, what do you want? No, seriously, what do you want? Don't waste my time. Another one wasting my time. No, he
Don't you have
looks.
to roll on the table now that you cast a spell?
No, one first level or higher.
Oh, okay. That's a shame.
He, no, he looks. He looks at. He looks around. Then he limps up towards you and looks at your ears. Hmm. Half breed, I see. That's why he's so impressed with that little trick. Okay, what do you want to know? That's gonna take a while. Handbook forward. I wish. Then I wouldn't have to educate this dummy over here. He looks at Jaramus. Anyway, there is no such thing as a handbook for dummies. No, magic is something that requires strict training. You know, much effort. It's not just a thing you just do, it's a thing you need to work on your entire life. I mean, look at me. I'm over 180 years. Don't tell anyone. But, and I'm still pretty pathetic mage compared to these super talents. So what you need is talent and a lot of dedication. I wish some other people had more dedication. So you just need to train a bit. He walks around. I could help you. I don't have a second for you.
Who do you think you are?
Help you? Well, for the right price, of course. That's not the right price. He thinks that's the right price. You know, you'll need to do some work for me. Tell me, you don't seem like the person that has a job. What do? You just walk around the forest, talking to plants. Well, there's not much to do with money now anyway. So you just lie on your fat belly and not doing anything. Or actually isn't fat. Ah. See a man that just pretends to do much. Hmm. Ah, you see, my assistant over here is not nearly enough to satisfy my needs of hard labor. So, of course, I'll take your I'll take your I'll take your precious body and make it work for me. Let's say I
Oh,
need you to
no.
collect some, well, whatever you find really, so I can take a look at it, and in return I'll help you from time to master your magic. Of course it is. It is a suggestion from me. Who do you think he is? Yes, that's reasonable. Okay. Let me let me look around something. And it goes back to like a shelf and it gets like a potion that's reddish, you know, pulsating a bit. Here, take this. A man as frail as me will need it. Give me an arcana check then. Yeah, give me a arcana check.
If you want to use the sheet from D&D Beyond, you need Beyond 20 to for the app to connect those two.
Hmm. You know, actually, since due to a background as a trader, you do know that this is a healing potion, and you know how to use it. Yes, you know, you know. Here's a little hint, boyo. If you don't know what to do, just scream for me, and then the potion will tell you. Works with everything, but even someone as you should be smart enough to figure out how to use a healing potion. So you just drink it. Yeah, go ahead, try it. No, speak my name. As you say that, you see like a magic mouth open from the potion. It says, "Oi, this is Finbor. You have a healing potion in your hand, so just open and drink it, dumbass." Ah, I was a bit magic. I cast a spell on all of my ingredients in case someone doesn't know how to use them, but I must admit, I was a bit rude there. I guess I was drunk when that happened. Yeah, I was trying out some berries from the forest, experimenting around. Let's say my old body didn't handle the alcohol in those. Anyway, you know what to do. So if you find any flowers unknown, anything unknown like berries, you just bring them to me and in exchange I'll help you. Alright. So you work for me now. You're my new slave. I now have two of them. No. You're getting paid by wisdom. My wisdom is the payment. I don't pay people. They get paid by being in my presence. I can teach you more about magic than you could ever pay for. Unless you're found some like rich mage or something, I don't know. But I'm all you got. Well, I'll make sure to notify the council of your services so they pay you. You know, I'm being funded by the people to do research and improve their lives. Indeed. Now, if you excuse me, I need to do stuff, while you need to do something else and bring me my herbs. Won't do anything what? Okay. He's very busy man, okay? Anyway, so I note down that you in your free time you work for Finbar and you collect materials on the journeys. Okay. Yeah. So you all do your free time stuff. Eventually I'll update that from session to session in case something new happens. But we'll now do the election in the pause. So you have the upcoming issues, right? So we only have two this time. Basically, A, increase the size of the foraging party, hunting parties, below a bit of food supply because you can, the area is not as large with more people in one party. As it is before, if you have many small parties that can cover bigger areas. So now
But doesn't it also make up for the fact because they can also carry more once they did find food?
no.
What's the
They,
argument behind
they're
that?
still in the same area. They're gonna find the same amount of food.
Yeah, they may find the same amount, but they
Yeah,
can't
but
carry the same.
it's not like they're over carrying, so it will get lowered.
Hmm.
It's more a problem of space, really. Anyway, that's how it is. Don't worry about it. So, yeah, you either do that or you just like, ah, they'll survive on themselves. It would require some soldiers to go on patrol, from the dwarves and the elves. So, what do you think? You know,
Didn't we already
Well, it
have this
says
conversation like 2 weeks ago?
but yeah, you didn't vote on it.
Because
I just need a vote now.
because you made an executive decision that it would be your decision because we couldn't.
No, you still vote on it. There
Oh, okay.
there was a vote on who gets to have the advantage, which doesn't matter anymore.
Oh, okay.
my I inquire how this exactly protects the people because it says that right there. Like, does it just
The
mean
forage,
like the
the
parties?
forage,
Just,
yeah, the foraging parties. Like if you have a soldier with you in the foraging party, you're probably gonna get murdered by a bear. Maybe, but there's less of a chance.
yeah, I'm okay with that. I'll vote for yay on that.
Anyone who votes for yes, they say aye.
I
So that's 3 out for 2. So you will increase the size of the foraging hunting parties with like 2 soldiers per party, basically. Okay.
Sounds good to me.
And the second and more controversial issue should allow the dwarves to keep segregating themselves, building their palisade, or do you intervene and try to do something with the dwarves, negotiate with them, tell them to fuck off?
Kill them.
No, not kill them. Would be a bit aggressive. Yeah, what was your take on that? You can think of anything you want to do. You know? Let them do it, negotiate, confiscate,
Confiscate.
start a war.
Start the war.
I mean, we can't just let them have their own fortress.
Yeah, that's a
gonna
bit.
probably.
It will come back to bite us if we let them segregate themselves, because at some point they will turn out, oh look, we're not part of you anymore. We have our own shit going, and I don't like that idea.
Yeah, and no one. Well,
Well, they already do ignore the council and the works.
yeah, because not only that, they could probably if they do wind up just doing their own thing, like their own separate little independent entity. Who's to stop them from sending raids to us later on in the
Exactly.
future? We can't do anything about it.
so distrustful of the dwarves.
Trust. You want segregation? Don't speak of trust.
Just the zealots, okay? We
They
got
don't want
nothing else with the other dwarves.
segregation. They just want a different. They just want a palisade.
Obviously, we must intervene and destroy the palisade.
Then we don't have a palisade
vote-
anymore.
I push.
You're
I
not
push
you're not
forward that
voting
we
in
just-
character though.
Yeah, I push forward that we just, we try diplomacy first. That fails, then okay, we gotta do something else.
Appeasement with dwarfs? What are you, crazy?
Okay. So who votes for negotiations?
Uh,
Okay, who votes for negotiation other than Alco?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's 3 out of 2. So you will attempt to negotiate with the dwarves. Who do you send? You can send like Centurin, the Elven Guard guy. Or you can send like a trader. Laurentius, you were on his ship. He was like a diplomat.
Can't we send all? The whole diplomatic corps?
Or you send everyone.
Yeah.
we should probably send a dwarf.
Send the
If we
dwarf.
send an elf, if we send an elf, that's just gonna insult them.
Yeah, but the dwarf is going to agree with them.
What do we want to
I
achieve
mean,
anyway?
Well, you want to get the dwarf to stop building their palisade
Give
for
us their
now.
ship.
And if they really want to build a palisade, they should build it around the entire town.
Yeah, that would not be a problem to the dwarves, probably.
Probably that too. Also, maybe share the damn thing if it doesn't come down to that, you know.
So, but as of right now,
Rather
you want to
than-
build like the large halls, and then you want to build the palisade, depending on whatever happens, right? So, so you sent basically one party, like a dwarf, a diplomat, or like the guard guy, or you send like a delegation of all three or all four, you know, like with a druid
Yeah,
I
we could
think
make a task force. One
task
of
force.
every race.
maybe. I think they'd be more open to speaking terms if it was just a dwarf, personally.
And at least one dwarf.
Okay,
Like,
who's for?
what's his name? Baldwin. At least.
Okay, so who's
I
only
mean,
for? Who wants only the dwarf to come?
yeah, yeah, maybe that. I mean, what's the other advantages of like sending like a little task force? You know,
Also, most dwarves
Like-
are open-minded, so they would not see him as a traitor, probably. Right?
Well, it's not
Hmm.
gonna help if you send a zealot to negotiate.
Yeah. You're going to be. We want the palisade, and the fucking negotiator goes, okay.
Well, we'll give you everything, all the resources. You've convinced me.
What a compelling argument.
I'll have you discuss this while I'm on the toilet. Okay, see you soon.
Yeah, okay.
Also, what do we want to achieve anyway? So we could go for a compromise. So let them have the palisade and the little district, but not have it be like It's not exclusive to dwarves.
No, 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 no.
So
Yes.
technically, it's
Hmm. I mean,
isn't that worse?
If they defend and arm themselves, they become an
I'm
enemy.
also gonna go to the bathroom.
I mean, at the same time, the palisade's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
but
palisade.
it's more of a palisaded quarter, you know. It's building a ghetto with dwarves.
Well, we're building a hill fort basically. What do it? But currently we are doing a citadel basically. So if you attack, all the people can go into the little
That's
hill fort
bullshit.
thing.
They won't.
Eventually, we should probably do a bigger wall, but we voted against the big
I
wall.
think-
So the dwarves
I
voted
think-
for a little wall. Basically.
I think the big wall. Well, aside from that, like I think that the palisade should be put in the hands of like some kind of military of some kind, most likely, and that wall probably should, like a second ring, at least at some point
Yeah.
in the near future.
I mean,
The dwarves must be disarmed. They shall not have a palisade, and they shall not form fucking paramilitaries.
We should send maybe a delegate or some other like a guarantee that like it's just not always in dwarven zealots, specifically zealot hands.
This is the fucking
If that's the
Taliban.
case.
and that doesn't matter. It could eventually become a little castle, like and all kinds of people working there, and living there.
Yeah. Yeah. We need to wait, what's the name? Take down the palisade and reuse the wood for housing.
Are you already?
Yeah. We'll build houses out of the walls. See?
They don't want
Hey,
houses.
See, I don't necessarily agree with that because I think the palisade's useful. So
Yeah, but it's only covering like a quarter of our fucking base.
Yeah, but it can cover all people in case of an attack. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
but
so I
then
don't
stay
think
later.
that's how castles work.
It's not a castle, it's like some shitty hill fort thing.
Yeah, that's how early castles worked.
Yeah.
Well,
I
some
want to
didn't,
do. I want to do a compromise. I just want to like maybe put like our own representatives probably inside there, probably like some kind of military, so that it's not always like within the zealots' hands, 24/7. No.
Obviously not.
If that's the case, no. If that's the case, we deny that.
As,
No
so
segregation without representation.
hello. So yeah, do you send one guy or the multiple people?
We send everyone, obviously. No, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Who else votes one dwarf?
I'll go one dwarf too.
Anyone else? Then, well, yeah, then a party of multiple representatives will go and negotiate with the dwarves. And if you have any opinions on this, you can write them to me on how you think what the positions should be. We're not going to talk about this now because we can debate for an hour. Just write
Problem?
me, or write in the council chat what you think the opinion should be.
No.
Yes, write in
Yeah.
the council chat.
No.
In between the weeks, not
We
within.
could also split it up in multiple points. Like, should we have a little castle area in general or
No,
not?
not
Or
not manned
should
by
we
dwarves.
fortify the entire town
Yeah, you
in
can
little
do that.
steps?
Yes, you can talk all about that in
Yeah.
the council chat. That's what negotiations mean for me.
All right.
Otherwise, we can
Yeah.
vote 10 times and we're gonna sit here and for 10 hours.
All right. I'm for it.
Yes. Okay. What's next? No random encounter. Okay, 3 days pass. And you're now called back. And you're now called back into the exploration.
And we
Well,
refuse to go.
well, the headquarters of the exploration, which is more like the supply room of a ship,
Hmm.
You want to refuse to go?
No, I asked if we could.
I mean, technically yes, but then you need to make a new character.
I become a farmer.
What if I make a new character? He also refuses.
Well, then why play?
Yeah, obviously we go there, right?
Yeah, for the
Hmm.
next mission. Well, you need to know what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Preferably.
So you assemble back here. Oh, actually, I should probably get Sokol's token in here.
Marco, how did you find that name to begin with? Sokol.
Smash the keyboard.
I know,
Uh,
it means falcon in my language too, that's why I was asking.
It means falcon in just about every Slavic language.
Okay. Okay, so
Means Sondereinsatzkommando in German.
Sokol, you sit on the floor because there's only 4 barrels.
I give him my spot, and I just stand by the hole I have previously. I do it
Yeah.
anyway.
Great.
Yeah,
I put my
so-
backpack on the spot then.
So Anya walks in. You can hear that by the walking stick hitting like the wooden floor below her. And she walks up and she just stares at the empty seat in front. It's like,
Well, actually, there's a backpack in it now.
are we still waiting for someone?
No, as you can see, it's occupied by my bag.
You're back.
Yeah.
All right. So she moves up to the map in front. So, colleagues, here's what we'll do. I've sent 3 parties into 3 different directions. You're one of them. Bartlin went south to look that area. Rudy went north, so we'll follow the river eastwards. So report what you find. Focus your eyesight on any natural resources you might find. If you could contact the natives, it's up to you really. How you do it and what you do. Just don't cause a war.
I was about to say.
We'll try not to.
Yeah. Return after you went 2 days into one direction, so you know you're back on the 5th. Yeah, that's everything really. So just follow the river and see what you find.
natives. Do we have any information about the natives?
No.
Are there
What?
even natives?
Orcs.
I mean,
Yes, we know of orcs.
all we know is that you found
Orcs.
orc bones. And
There's
it's
probably
supposed to
orc
be a,
natives at
and it's
least.
supposed to be a lizard living here as well. So I did. Well, they do. Yeah, he might not be real, but it is a possibility that you will meet someone. I'm sure they know how orc bones look. That they know how orc bones look. Yes, they did. Otherwise, they wouldn't know that they're orc bones.
Maybe we roll shite and then we think it's orc bones instead, you know.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing.
Like a dog bone in reality.
Yeah. Nah, they identified the bones. Anyway, two more things actually. First thing is, don't die. I think
Whoa, that's so crazy. Thanks
that
for
should be
telling me.
obvious. Yes. And the second thing is, this time you should probably take a tent and ropes with you, because you forgot them last time.
We didn't forget them, you didn't give us any.
Well, I gave you, get the equipment that you could take for yourself when you forgot. So she points towards the crate where there's 5 tents and 5 ropes. So you can pull them into your character sheet.
Okay.
Do any of you need additional arrows? Otherwise, how many do you have right now? Then take another 5 for now. Actually, take 10. Yeah. And everyone, all of you will get 5 days of rations. By the way, you ate the last ration the last day, so you have 5 in total now. Two for the way there, 2 for the way back, and 1 spare in case you get lost again. 5.
5 rations.
Questions? Yes. Questions?
They giving out bows by any chance?
Do you need a
Or
bow?
no?
I'm sure we can get a bow somewhere.
I mean, preferably. Like, otherwise, everyone's gonna have to come really close to me for me to hit them.
With with your daily ration maybe, but you know, they don't accept gold really.
Well, they don't really give out. Keep it, right now, no. Right now, the currency is food. But for example, if you take more equipment with you now, you will not. You might run out of it later. Because you can't make new ones at the moment. Anyway, you want a bow, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like right now. It could be like when I next come back or whatever, you know, because I assume that's probably the time I need to find one or make one or whatever.
Sure. I'll listen.
Since we're just about to leave.
I'll
yeah.
listen around. Yeah.
About listening, did you hear something about the slingshot?
The slingshot.
Yeah.
How about that?
You never asked me about the slingshot, I'm afraid. You want the slingshot?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did actually.
No, you didn't ask her. You just wanted one.
I did ask, I remember.
No, I'm pretty sure you asked when you already left. Then you said, "Oh, I should get a slingshot before we leave town."
No, I asked, and then they said, you know, they look around.
I'm not sure. I'll take a look, but I actually need to write it down. Anyway, is it already open? Because you can see it could be grayed out somewhere, and just the top bar.
Do you have it on a half screen? The tab.
No, it's not gonna be a slingshot, by the way. It's gonna be, what's it called? A sling.
That's a different thing.
Yes, I know. They don't have slingshots because they don't have rubber.
Like,
Or
you
I mean,
don't
they
need
could-
rubber to make a
Yeah.
slingshot.
You need rubber to make a good slingshot, but you could also use like like
Leather.
bow string,
Leather.
or leather.
Gee, I wonder how did the ancient Greeks make their slingshots.
They didn't make
made
slingshots. They had
slings.
slings.
Yes. But you can make slingshots from leather. That's true.
Yeah, then rejoin. You want longbow, short bow, whatever.
You talking to me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the hell it is that we got, or does it not matter? I just pick whatever I want.
You can pick one.
Well, I would prefer a longbow.
I also need a new sheet of paper.
What do
Because
they
I-
know as slingshot?
Well, I mean, if the fucking Celts had it, I'd imagine so.
Yeah, I'll take a look. Like I said. But I'll need
That
to make.
civilization didn't figure out how to make slingshot, even though cavemen did it.
No, they probably can. It's just like.
Or maybe it's alcohol civilization was the last one to use slingshot, and then everyone forgot how to do them.
They thought like a bow
Oh.
was better, you know.
Should have Celts had slingshots.
We passed it down from generation to generation until we
Fa-
were almost killed.
The thing is, you don't need slingshots when you have bows, because when you can make arrows and stuff. At least that's my opinion. What are you? I mean, like I said, 15 arrows. What else do you want? Yeah, everyone gets a tent. One tent. One tent, one rope. I said I will look into something else before. I forgot about it though. I forgot to write it down. Yeah, you can have that. Guys, remind me. I said I'll look into something before. Someone
The
asked me to.
slingshot?
No, not the slingshot.
Then it's not important.
This session. Some information. Or was it? Or was it?
Marco asked you
Finborg?
about something, I think.
Yeah, then it was that. I thought there was something else. I need to look where I wrote that down.
Maybe something about a commission.
Bribing
No,
people?
no, it's
that
fine.
was- that was from the-
Equipment was.
Yeah,
I
if you
think
could
it
bribe
is.
people for more.
Yeah, it's fine.
Money's from the
Because you put them in. That's not the 12 is your armor class. Anyway, so yeah, any questions? You know what to do, right?
I need more paper for my map.
You need more paper for your map. Okay, you get it.
For the old map.
Yeah. Yeah, you work in cooperation. You went.
You're the magic man, as far as I'm concerned, sir.
The compass is very important for making maps because you have to draw the compass on the top of the map usually. And I can use it as an. Wait, yeah, that's how it looks. Okay, there's a little N. Okay.
I mean, a map is not very useful if you get lost every 10 seconds. So
Well, that's why we need the map.
anyway, like I said, questions about the mission.
The oldest example of slingshot I found is from the 19th century.
And
You
if
mo-
we do find them, what do you want us to do with them precisely?
I'll be the judge of your own situation, really. Do you think we can talk to them? Maybe just talk. If you they think they're gonna kill you when you see them, don't talk. Just report what you find. If you find something interesting, investigate. If you find any resources we might be lacking, let us know.
Got it.
Just go across the river and look what you find. Along the river. You won't need torches, you're not gonna be going. Yeah, sure, you can have a torch. Anyway. Yes, Tamaron. Then Tamaron doesn't know what he's supposed to do. Anyway, well, if that's everything, you should get on your way.
Okay,
Let's
I'm
head out.
gonna head out.
Good luck, guys. Yeah.
2d8 plus 2d4 plus 2.
Yes. What does that said? Okay.
2d4 plus 2.
To the 8 would be a bit more at
Yeah.
the start.
The higher potion is 4d4 plus 4. And then it's 8d4 plus 8.
Okay. So, as you leave the Roderick, you see that as you walk through the town towards the river, you see that the construction carry on. The large halls. In the distance, you can see the dwarven palisade a bit in the north. As you make your way south, most of the people work diligently, but you also see some people that are just slacking. So you even heard rumors that someone discovered strange berries in the forest that may or may not cause hallucinations whenever you eat them. So as you walk through the city, sometimes you just see a guy lying on the floor with like a mouthful of berries. You also see people starting to reserve future places for their houses. Then you see like signs with "This is Almaron's turf." Like when Germans go to vacation, they always put a towel on the on the stools. That's
I
what
wouldn't
everyone's
know.
doing here. That's what people do here.
Hmm.
Okay, let's get the map. So you head into. Is it? Yeah. You head into that direction. So you head north. Who takes the lead? Half
I
elf.
propose the guy with the compass. Yeah.
Give me. Well, you need to follow the river, but so it's more like traversing the terrain, really. But you can give me a survival check. Not for traversing, no. I mean, you don't need to navigate because you're following the river, right? I mean, even Urus could get that one right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an about average roll for the level. Yeah, you make well a normal amount of progress, right? Do you guys intend to go fast or just normal speed or slow?
Normal speed because I have to draw my map.
Okay. You can also go slow.
No.
up to you, reason. Anyway, so you go through. So you follow the river. The river is very wide at the start of your journey, but the further you go, the thinner it gets. Not much, but you can, you know, after like hours, you see that's slowly starting to get thinner a bit. You see the plants growing on both sides of the river. It seems very left to nature, really. Like almost no intervention from anyone. Give me a nature check.
We should probably slow down. One guy is looking for herbs on our way.
He's just picking up as you walk. You actually do pick up some herbs that you do not know and you think are not well native to where you lived. So just write that down. Okay. We keep that roll for the entire journey, so we don't have to re-roll. Yeah. The forest thickens as you move further. Eventually, the first day's over. You take your first rations really for this day. So you only have 4 now, but don't really spot anything apparently. Night falls over the sky. It was a pretty sunny day. Well, you don't need to take shifts. I'll roll whoever does. If do you want to hold conversation on the fire, otherwise we continue with the next day.
No, that
So-
Tamaran just sits in the corner and continues to mutter to himself, sometimes shaking his head,
So-
looking away.
Just how terrible are orcs exactly? That they. Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting to use. On short, like, did they just tear it off of them? I'm not familiar, unfortunately, but you know.
Brain. What? Yes. That is the one and only thing one could do, should do, and must do.
What?
To Prisma,
I was about to ask.
the almighty. Prisma, the almighty. Honored may she be. So, whom do you guys
Hmm.
follow? It's really the same, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Has the Pantheon stayed true the entire time people have been away, or is it like shifted over time? I don't know. What gods are in your Pantheon?
Well, I suppose only you could know if it stayed true.
I mean, I guess we'll find out. Like, do you guys have? Yeah, Hmm. Is Parok still king of the gods? Is that still true?
No, obviously Prisma is. Where do you have Peruk from? Mazel look into the camera.
What about? Hang on, I gotta get the fucking document. Where'd that shit go?
Yeah, leader in name.
Where did I put the rest of the Pantheon at?
We all know that Prisma should be on it more.
Well, what about the spirits exactly? Like, what happened to them? No one honors spirits anymore?
Are you
Like,
confusing us with
you know-
heathens?
Uh, uh, I mean, what about Kaz, Mina, Theon, talking to Skier, Scotty? What happened to the rest of the Pantheon? Why is it just Prisma now? Oh, okay. I was getting worried, like, oh my, like, everyone just abandoned everyone for Prisma.
I wish.
Well, I'm happy that at least most of the Pantheon's still there. At the very least.
Yes. Uh, Alec.
What? What?
What?
What the fuck? Who the fuck's Alec? By the way,
Who the
keep in
fuck is
mind, this is
Alec?
my real life, man.
I followed the one and only Prit.
Yeah, he has his own cult. Don't worry about it. I guess.
Oh my god, this is a character he made himself into a god, basically. Was that what happened, or whatever? Who the fuck's Alex still?
I actually have to do this well because I wrote him down and then no one ever talked about him.
Oh, by
It's
the way,
funny
Alec
because
exists. Who's Alec?
It's funny.
Yeah, but
It's funny.
it's in the Western Kingdoms. I'll post it. But he doesn't have like.
I find it.
That's how relevant he is.
Yes, that's how
Mm.
relevant he is. Since no one follows the new ways ever except for Uber, and then no one wanted to follow him afterwards.
I find this greatly amusing because my name is really close. Well, no, it is Alec actually, so it's kind of funny that there's a god named Alec in this world.
Your name is Alec?
Yes.
My first character's name and the Muzzles campaign was Alec.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. So basically, Alec, he created by the New Ways Church to exert influence, but obviously everyone believes he's real. That are from the New Ways.
Fuck Alec. This is not my god.
Yeah, screw Alec.
Yeah. Yeah, Uber is a hero. Shut up.
What? Excuse me? The German likes to genocide the maniac? Okay, man.
Uber is a true defendant of justice. Anyway. So, during the night, Sigismund, during your shift, something happens. You, you hear someone approaching your fire. It's like this high frequency of steps, really. Can you give me a perception roll? Actually, I'll roll for you. What's your perception modifier?
Probably not great.
Sigismund?
Oh, me. Oh, okay. I thought you were
Yes, you.
Okay, so.
What's your perception modifier?
Nothing. It is a flat 0.
Well, I assume your passive perception is 12 or something.
If modifier is 0, it should be 10.
Oh
for
yeah,
passive
true. Yeah,
perception.
yeah,
Yeah,
true.
no.
True. Okay.
You know, I can take 2 shifts. Just say no.
Yeah, you don't hear more. You just see something approach with like a high frequency of steps, but you can't make out anything more details because you suck.
I ready my I ready my shield and my axe, and I just go like, "Who's there?" kind of deal.
Huh? Who's there?
That's what I asked. Who's there?
You answer me, filth! And
What?
as you hear that, a dwarf walks into the camp, and he looks at you
Yeah.
with disgust in his face.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? I answer to no
Right, man.
biggie.
Oh no. You're already calling them bigots.
What's
Is that
all
gonna
that
be a racial
shouting?
slur?
I was just having a good sleep.
What? Look at you, traitor, hanging around with those big folk. Do you have no self-respect?
Exactly are you?
Me? I am the almighty Klaus.
Never heard of you.
I have never heard of you either.
Well, I'm the almighty jurist.
Uris. So you are from the exploration then? Well, that's sad.
Well, so
Well,
are you.
I'm just here doing my own stuff. You know, not getting lost in the forest at night. I was all by myself, you know, just wandering around, doing your job for you. Who gives a shit about Anya?
What are you doing? What are you doing out here, really?
That's what you want to know, Biggie. What do
I
you want
like
to
that. I
know?
like that. I like that. That's
What's your insight modifier? Okay. You know, you're certain that he is lost in the forest, but you don't know what he did before to get there. I would rather wander around 100 years than join whatever abomination you are.
The way is open. Go ahead.
Yeah, I will go, and
Go
no
on
one's
then.
gonna stop me.
Go on then. Just leave and shut up. We need some rest.
Prisma be with you.
Well, I was all by myself because I'm a proud and strong dwarf that needs no companions. I was just wandering around. And now I will wander backwards. It's that direction, right?
No, you don't know if he's
He's
walking backwards.
he's not telling the truth. Yeah, I don't have a responsibility to tell you the truth, Biggie.
I don't think he wants to tell us the truth anyway.
Yeah, I'll be going. I just need to follow the river, right?
You're
No.
the mighty dwarf. You should know the way.
All right. I was the almighty Klaus.
Just follow Prisma.
Very well. I hope we won't see each other again, except for you, Urist. You seem like a cool dude. Anyway.
I mean,
Goodbye.
you always come with us.
No, no, I'm fine. I don't need to hang out with no biggie. Anyway.
Alright. My mom always said you must never stop travelers.
Shut up.
Uh,
Your mother was a bigger lover.
What?
I love him as a slur now. That's so funny.
Alright. Anyway, you need to go downstream from the river. Can't really
Thanks.
miss it.
Thanks, countryman. At least as, well, you can rely on one of you guys. Spits on the floor. Yeah, but you expect me to listen to you? No way. I'm not listening to some biggie, an abomination at that. Anyway, see ya.
Right now.
You should be.
We're
Good-
triggered.
Then he walks into the dark along the river back home.
An interesting fellow.
I mean,
That's one way to describe it.
Nobody knows
why do I have
Swan.
why do I have a sneaking suspicion that wasn't his real name? though?
No,
Think about
was-
it, I don't know them any dwarfs named Klaus.
That's
It's
what I
very
was
unusual
thinking. That's my
name.
brother's. That's my brother's name. So I
Maybe
don't
it's a
think he was telling
shapeshifter.
us
We
his
should
real
follow
name.
him.
Wait, it was your brother?
Well,
Yeah,
not the
but what if
dwarf, but
what if he isn't from
know.
the camp? Maybe he captured one of our parties. I do not know. Why is he traveling alone? That's suspicious. No,
Where
I
else would
follow
he be
Prisma,
from?
and Prisma teaches to be wary.
Want me to track
maybe
him down?
that's
Weary. I can't
Maybe that-
pronounce it.
maybe that's the master that Manticore was speaking about, or something like that.
I mean, you could follow him from a distance, Tameron. Maybe make sure that
I mean,
he
you never
doesn't get
know.
lost again.
I mean, you never know until you find out.
Should still be able to catch up with him.
I don't think there is a party.
you
I mean,
see all
apparently
my
some of the people tried to settle here alone. We've seen some houses or shields
Hmm.
suggesting the building
Hmm.
of future houses.
We
Only
also
got
have
lost.
problems coming back home.
You know how different navigating is from down here. I mean, you with your long legs, you can survey the entire realm around you. It's not that easy for a dwarf.
Bigger privilege.
Oh my god. Hey,
Okay.
Lord.
Anyway. Alright, Tramon, if you can follow him for a bit, make sure he gets home.
I can follow him if you want me to.
You probably should.
For a
I think
bit.
it'd be a good idea.
We wait
Okay.
here. Nikolai, you
tried-
can
See where
help.
he goes.
I tried to follow him sneakily.
roll for stealth.
The rest will camp here, and we will wait for you to return.
Oh yeah.
Also roll for survival. Since you need to track him down.
Oh fuck.
What are the odds to roll survival twice in a row?
You just spontaneously combust and die. Because
Tameron,
you didn't survive.
you hide. You walk through the night like a shadow. nothing recognizing you. You sneak past some squirrel. It doesn't even notice you were there. But then you remember you're lost in the forest. You did not find the Klaus, and you cannot find your way back.
Oh, no. Anyways. Yes.
By the way,
let's take a-
it's midnight.
Yeah, I was about to say let's take a torch.
It's only
By the-
I
60
don't
feet
think
though.
we're really.
By the way,
I mean, I don't.
at this point, you can get all your hit dice and health back because you have 3 days of nothing. Okay.
Well,
Mm.
actually, we had 6 days of nothing. I thought.
True. No.
True.
3
Mm.
3 days.
Meanwhile, I'm just gonna stumble through the woods invisible.
I'm sorry, Asta.
You're not gonna find me with 26 stealth.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's
no.
untraceable.
It's just. It's just.
And I believe I'm going the right direction and not seen by anyone. You have 5%
Go.
chance.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Set
Sokol
all
just
of the
trips
Then
mechanisms.
again,
over him.
rolling 1 on survival twice in a row is like 2.5%, and it happened for me.
Sure, if we take a torch.
I mean, you had insight, right? And you knew he wasn't lying about being alone. So why are you looking for the party? Yeah, he was lying about being lost in the forest. Not lost in the forest. Yes, he wasn't lying. He was alone, but he was lying about what he was doing out here. Wandering around.
Taking a
So-
dwarf shit.
Don't worry, I'll find them
yes, Asta, you will.
any minute now.
I wonder where Astad went. If he
No,
was meant to
Astad-
go downriver.
Asta, after like 2 hours, you think like this Klaus fella's pretty fast.
Who has a stat?
Oh, sorry. Cameron, after like 2 hours, you think this Klaus fella's pretty fast. But then you realize, oh shit, I'm lost. So you try to backtrack, but your survival is pretty low. so you just end up being lost somewhere in the forest. The next day,
You start.
you guys realize Cameron has not returned.
Do I get 1 point of exhaustion since I was wandering through the woods all night?
If you
No.
want one.
Put camera on. We have to find him.
Yeah,
He's
so
probably at
Sokol
home
wanted
right now,
to look
enjoying
for him.
himself.
Yeah, you can roll for
I'm
survival.
Good luck.
I'm convinced at this point that the dwarf took Tamron out somehow or something.
I mean, it was the almighty Klaus.
Surely he's just at home relaxing or praying to Prisma.
Yeah, so you're looking for Tamaron.
Yeah.
Or the dwarf.
Okay.
Either one is fine.
Do we fail miserably because he has 26 stealth?
Does anyone else want to roll for survival?
Who else has a good? I have 0 in survival.
Not
Uh,
Tamaron, because you're the subject that is being looked for.
I'm invisible.
I have 3 survival.
Alright, party, since
I-
Tamaron didn't return, we'll all start looking for him.
Yeah, but then we all get lost. Besides, he didn't keep the word I gave with Prisma, so I'm not really motivated.
Is no one else looking?
I'm trying
I
to look.
will.
Myself
I will
struggling
jam
visibly.
in.
Does this work? Oh, it works actually. Nice.
Okay. So
There.
Urist is a master at getting lost, so he kind of tracks where he would go normally. and like after 3 hours of searching, he finds Tamaron What were you doing, Cameron?
Trying to find the dwarf, but he eluded me somehow.
Somehow. So yeah, Urus, you managed to find Cameron in the woods. At this point, it's already midday.
How
I
do you even
think
get
I
lost
lost him.
if you're meant to go down
Oh.
river?
We'll need to improve on our tracking skills, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought
Maybe we should
I
get
thought
a
I
ranger
saw
at
some
some point.
tracks diverging from the river, so I followed them. But he must be very good at concealing his
Straightforward.
tracks, because I lost him.
He must be the best straightforward walker I know.
Anyway, let's just hope he got home safely, and we should return further on our journey. Otherwise, what's her name again?
Anya,
Anya.
Anya. Will think that we are pretty bad at walking and just have a station at the camp the entire time.
We need to remember to warn him.
Yeah.
Good, but we should
No
report
more
him to the
flower picking.
NKVD.
Sokol, we need to hurry now.
So you want to walk?
Flower picking.
So you want to walk fast, like pick up the pace fast
Yeah.
walking. Okay.
Yeah, we're power walking.
Choo, 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 choo.
so how much do I have to not sleep to get one level of exhaustion?
I actually haven't found any rules on that. I only found that if you don't eat, you get exhaustion. But I think one night. I mean, I assume you went to.
I probably slept for. I mean, I meditated through the first watch, so that was 2 hours, and I need 4 hours of meditation to get a full
Yeah,
rest.
I'm sure after you found out you were lost, you just started going meditating. It's fine, Asta.
Probably
Okay.
started to meditate while walking. That's why you got lost in the first place.
Okay, so you
That's
continue.
possible.
So you continue walking through the forest, and since you're walking fast, that means.
Bad stuff happens.
Yes.
At least we have some fresh.
Like I can't believe that this was. I can't believe I rolled for that guy to show up. I'll be honest.
Can't believe I rolled one twice in a row on survival.
I
But
guess
here we are.
I guess that's what happens when you're a player. Reminds me of last campaign.
Yeah. Like I sometimes have amazing rolls when I'm playing as the DM, and now you see yourself.
Happens all the time.
You're no longer allowed to doubt Urist.
Well, the only one that seems to be.
I never
confident
doubted Urist.
is the new guy.
I mean, when he got us astray, I believed he was going the right direction.
But we did kill a manticore at least, so
Yeah,
maybe
I
it was
mean,
a crippled one.
That was a week ago, though.
So what? You want a dragon today?
Okay,
That was a week ago. It was still a legendary creature.
Okay, so as you move along the river, you don't recognize the smoke in the air because you're traveling too fast, and you get a disadvantage at passive wisdom, which is -5.
I see where this is going.
So
So my passive wisdom would be 9.
yes. So you walk. You're kind of like just focused on walking fast. You don't really look where you're going at this point.
Probably for the best.
Well, good thing I still have 12 passive perception.
Yeah. And then, yes, and then Nicola, as you guys walk. Actually, let's go back to the tavern for a second.
Well, you want
show,
to get drunk?
show me how do you travel? Like, what's your formation?
Obviously in a
Oh, I
circle.
see.
With Sokol first, then Urist.
Okay.
Maybe the one with the highest perception.
You're never.
You're the
but
guy
you're-
with the
But he's
navigation.
navigating.
Can
I'll
Yeah,
do something like this.
guys, can we make a fucking triangle, please? Something like this.
Go, yeah. Let's go with like, I'll be like right here kind of deal.
You're
By
the
the way,
tank, though.
this is the front. By the way,
Yeah.
the
Guys,
front is where the maps are.
can you please go somewhere like into the thing or next to it? This is the shittiest formation anyone has ever made. What the fuck are you doing, guys?
all right, I'll take it.
Okay, whatever.
Let's hope you don't. Let's hope you don't meet an angry mage that casts fireball. But
It's going to be a very short adventure then.
yeah,
What
Since
is that
since we don't have
formation?
evasion yet.
I mean, the idea is if anyone comes near, I'll just fucking whack them.
And I'm not tanking
know?
any damage.
I'm just trying.
What?
Well, you know, you can if
Whoa.
you have it, you can cast Mage Armor and your AC is 15 then.
We do a 5-minute
I
break
don't think-
before we encounter.
sure.
the next
5-minute
thing.
break.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Holy shit, half the party.
Yeah.
Well, you piss into the river as you enjoy the scenery.
Hmm. Wait, let me look. What else do I have over here?
Well, look, now I have to make an NPC sheet for the Almighty Klaus. I'll make
you
him a
doing?
I'll make him a reoccurring character.
That's gonna be a little confusing if you have a class.
Well, the stars aligned perfectly for that random encounter.
Yeah, it did.
You know, I was like, I'm gonna roll the faction that this guy's from, and it's like, rolled 4. Then I looked, dwarven salads, great.
You know, Nero, with what you're just putting it, that I feel like that's what Sigismund would do actually.
Well, let me put this on. Is it in frame? Yeah, it is.
Oh my god, you aren't you when you're hungry. Is that what this is?
Yes.
Oh my god, of course.
Wait, I didn't see it.
Well then, there you go.
Oh, Slunbeck.
Thank you, bro. Now let's go shoot Chechens.
Lord.
Right, let's look for something else.
I also love how Biggie is being like a racial slur right now.
There's Biggie and bigger.
So fucking funny.
Ain't no biggies getting in my house.
Oh my god.
What do you mean?
Memes.
It's the last U.S. Marine and the last fucking Kabul McDonald's.
See that one already.
Good riddance. So let's get killed.
Let's get killed.
Yeah.
Really, this one. There's no audio though. It's not.
Yeah,
It's
it doesn't make
not as
sense
good
without
without
audio.
audio.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense without audio.
I think we all know this one.
Wait, it's way too big right now. Hold on.
Oh my god. Are you fine half this shit?
What do you mean? It's GTA Albania.
Sorry,
Okay.
we all lack.
As you walk along the river, and eventually, Nicola, you spot something, but since you were pacing, you spotted way late. So now,
That's bullshit.
So now you basically stand in front of a group of orcs, right?
Ah,
Like these orcs, this orc in front is dissecting this deer.
they haven't spotted us yet, right?
Oh no, they did spot you.
How?
'Cause you don't do stealth when you go fast.
Yeah, but there's a mist, I thought.
So
How
most of the
did-
orcs right there.
How did we not see them if they see us? There was mist, you told.
But they were not going fast. They were sitting around chilling. They just saw you approach them. Anyway, there's
Damn,
this orc.
bullshit.
There's this orc in the river. You know, he has like a small orc with him, like an orc child, right? And
Mm.
they're fishing for spear. They're fishing, you
They're
know.
fishing for spears with fish. They're beating some fucking woods in the river.
They're fishing with spears. What?
I'm just gonna play the combat music since it's already an encounter. Oh, come on.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Could have just
Who
paused,
knows?
but
They might
okay.
be. They might be peaceful, loving orcs. Who knows?
Yeah, look, it's a
Sure.
child. Surely they don't want the child to die.
You know what you see? You know these orcs. They have like something. They look very distinct. Most of them wear no armor. Like an orc. Or and some wear hides. They have like they painted their index fingers red. You know. You don't know what paint that is. Maybe it's blood.
Probably.
And they just look at you as you suddenly come to a halt right in front of them. And it's like this weird standoff.
I'm gonna slowly approach to the side, man. If that's a thing I can still, if that's a thing I can do. If not, I'll go right back.
I need
Sure.
to quickly see if I can see.
I would like to hide.
Wow.
You're in
Alright.
line of sight.
I'm gonna go into the bushes and hide.
Well,
No,
they-
seriously.
Yeah,
Wait.
but they know that you're somewhere in that bush, so that
Wait
you
a
can
second.
hide.
Why do I
So
not speak orc? I thought I spoke orc myself.
you're just going back. Like they've. Okay. You want to go if you want to move back and hide, the orcs are just gonna stand idly by, right?
You can attempt to Mask of the Wild. You can attempt to hide even when you are only lightly obscured by foliage, heavy rain, falling snow, mist, or other natural phenomena. That's a
Yeah,
wood
mean,
elf skill.
I mean, I never said you couldn't hide, but they know you're somewhere in the bush, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles.
Yeah, but I'm hidden.
Yes, you are hidden.
That's good enough for me.
So, like, if someone comes up to the bush and tries to hit you, they're gonna have disadvantage because you're unseen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
just go-
fine, and I get advantage
They
when I
just
attack them.
yes, and then you're seen. But they're just gonna go.
Yeah.
They're gonna go gardening first.
Okay. Marcel?
Hmm?
I thought I spoke orcish.
I don't know. Do you put it on your character sheet?
No, I fucking old human for some reason. Did I switch it at some point?
Probably.
Can I switch it back?
No.
Well, that's stupid.
Well. Anyway, none of you speak orc.
Yeah, I will speak anyway.
Yes. So Sokol runs away. You know, the orc just give him a bewildered look as he runs away. Then this guy in front, you know, he walks up. You see that he has a pretty fat nose for an orc as well. So he just.
How did I grab him?
Would I
What was that?
You're too far away.
Mazel, would I understand anything?
Do you speak orc?
Would I understand anything if I speak Goblin?
No.
Okay.
I tried to
just
wave
gonna-
to him to greet him, but I also mimic that I can't hear him by having a hand behind my ear.
I mean, is he like speaking aggressive? Like, does he look aggressive, or is he just
No,
casually like walking
If
up?
they were aggressive, they would have.
He seems to be wary of you, so he has like his hand on his axe to his side, but he's eyeing what you're doing because one of you just ran into a bush, a large bush, and the other one ran behind a tree. And the ones behind seem to be battle ready. The child stands behind his father, and the wolf is like doesn't care. It's eating the deer right now.
Well, that's a stupid wolf.
You need to get closer. Yeah, that's 50 feet. You need to be at 30 feet.
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna make a hand gesture, kind of like this, and just I don't know, speak softly. I guess. I don't know.
Well, what do you say?
We didn't mean to intrude on you. Let's go with that.
He makes a confused face.
Is that
Is that really how orcish sounds?
I have no idea.
it's
It
probably
is
not
now.
that.
It is now.
It's better than what it's better than what I do.
What?
I just do bippity boppity boo.
You just decide for yourself.
But since you have to ask, you're probably not courageous at all.
Yeah.
Like hey, boppity boopity.
No. I said no.
If it's a willpower, it's probably wisdom.
Yes, then it would be wisdom. But you usually don't roll unless I tell you to. Well, you can also, RP what you do. It's fine.
Well, I rolled anyway, screw you.
Why did you roll 2d30 for? Is it self destruct or something?
I also rolled.
Nice. Tell me when you rolled you rolled the highest and the lowest roll. Yeah, while you do that, the orcs they kind of walked up together, really. It's like that.
In French.
Parlez-vous français?
Добър ден, ме разбираш?
Jak się masz, człowieku?
Човек си.
Okay. As you speak, the orcs look at you confused. What is you say goodbye for? We just met. What are you doing in this plane? What? Your friends do not eat orcish? He scratches his head. This man says they eat not orcish. They eat no language. I think he confused. I think he should learn again. If,
Are
give,
they speaking old talkish or what the
give,
problem is?
give me an intelligence check, please.
They're
Sokol.
probably speaking some retard dialect.
Okay. Well, Nicola is the smart one. He already figured it out. The orcs, they're not the same orcs, right? So they speak a bit of a different dialect to you. Which means you will need some time to get used to it, but then you can use your language as you know. But right now you're basically like, what the fuck's going on? You don't understand each other.
Just say some common words like peace.
Yes, you need to roll to know.
Please roll good. Come on. Is that good enough? It's logical, right?
Yeah, it's okay.
Maybe.
Yeah, Elvish.
I don't understand. I don't understand Imperial.
You, Astad, you need to roll stealth for hiding.
Sure.
You forgot.
Oh, you didn't tell me to roll.
Yeah, I forgot.
Is this a success or do I have to use a psychic die?
You may use a psychic die.
Okay.
You may use one. Is it a
I
success?
rolled a
May you use
20.
another.
No, I can only use one.
Maybe.
Of course, you are no orc. Look at you. You're not green. You're blue.
Yes, we know you
Yeah.
speak bad.
But they just look at each other like, what the fuck, man? But while you are speaking, though, Tamarin suddenly feels a pull from behind as he gets pulled out of the fucking bush.
What?
Yeah,
Oh.
an orc twice your size with a wolf's coat pulls you out. As he
Really?
rolled,
With 20 stealth?
he
And I
rolled,
didn't see him?
he rolled 20 on stealth and 21 on
Nice.
perception.
Oh,
Next to him is another orc, and he just grabs you tightly on the shoulders, and then he says, "Hello, friends."
Oh no, why do they have a German accent? I don't like this.
Can't do anything right.
Which one of us understands them now? I'm
He
confused.
speaks Elvish.
And we understand Elvish now, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
all of
but
us.
but it's very broken.
Hello, friend. How are you?
I am Ulf.
All right.
Hello, Wolf.
No, he's he lets Tamaron. He holds him like from behind, on the shoulders a bit. Are you adventurer?
Yes,
I
we
look
are
towards
friends.
Doris expectantly.
Are you saying that in Elvish
Us
because
as
he
the two
speaks it?
Not everyone speaks it.
Yes,
Well, I
only
do.
Nick.
I don't
only-
understand what you're saying.
Oh yeah, by the way, this orc doesn't wear any pants.
Which
Oh.
one?
The next to Ulf. He was on the toilet when he heard the commotion. What?
I guess.
Are you mute?
We are surprised, to say the least.
Of course. No, we are not mute. But my friend here very shy. He hide in bush.
I saw. Looked like scary chicken.
He
Seemed
no
Yes.
chicken.
seemed dangerous.
He no chicken. He not tasty.
I saw he prepared his something.
Yes,
you,
he prepared to
children.
shit his pants.
You can't see me preparing something if it's not there.
Well, I'm sure you make something like this. You're not like sitting like
But-
that in the floor.
Well, essentially, hands up, that's it.
Yeah, good enough.
Empty hands.
Yeah, he saw that. That's why I said you didn't prepare an attack. You prepared something. Anyway, we are orc from Red Claw, and he shows his index fingers. I am Ulf, Grey Wolf, from Wolf Warriors.
Wolf Warriors. That sounds like some shitty TV show. Sure.
Who are you?
I am Urs.
I
These are friends. We are
You're just in
travelers.
You're what?
We are travelers.
Travelers in these lands. Weird party you have.
Indeed.
Dwarfs, elves, men.
You know dwarf.
Of course I know dwarf.
Where do you know dwarf?
Hasty.
Yeah, I see. You should know. You are dwarf. Ulf. I am Ulf.
Wolf without we.
Oof. I like oof.
Yes.
Yes, what are you trying to say?
You just
Ul-
apologize.
Different land. Must be far.
Yes.
I
Ah,
point
come on.
down the river.
I'll take you to village.
My
That
first
is
village.
very
Okay.
nice.
This
Come.
is pretty peaceful so far.
Uh,
Sure,
and,
it
he,
won't last.
and he raises Tamarin out of the bush and puts him in front of him, and then and then lets him go.
I
Right, lads.
dust off the leaves.
No fast moving.
Nah, they seem hospitable. They speak Elven, which means that they probably cooperated with the elves and killed the humans.
So
Fun.
Right.
no,
Let's go.
he goes up and introduces like these two orcs. You know, this brother Tool and nephew Tulsa, dog Ulf Junior.
I like that. That's awesome.
Who this young man?
Strong orc he going to be, like uncle and father.
Ah,
Learned
I
how
see.
to hunt today. Here too, bring offerings to the shrine.
Is that Thrall?
Who is
You
Thrall?
know?
The orc shaman from Warcraft.
Could be. I don't know. I just stole some copyright. Anyway, you know, he points at the orc with the fat nose, and the orc without pants to get his pants on, and the orc with the horizontal scar to drag the deer with him. And there's also an orc with different eye colors over here. So they all have like some like. So
Yeah.
he waves you to follow them towards Orc Town.
Anyway, we honored
Okay.
to meet handsome young warrior hunter. Sadly, we have no presents on this important day.
No
What?
presents. Will be problem once you meet Chief. Chief always wants present. If you're
What
not,
spirit?
it would be seen as impolite.
What
What
spirit
if we
do you give
sacrifice
offering?
chicken?
Spirit. He looks around. I don't know word. You should speak with Shaman Budagok. He speaks Elvish very well.
Buddha Gok?
Budagok. He can tell you what you need to know.
Okay.
Hmm.
He only
Do you
has some flowers.
No, he makes a motion to have something to drink.
I have a water skin. That can be something for him.
Water skin. Don't be insulting.
Yes, but then he can fill it up.
Oh, me. Sorry, I thought you wanted to walk. I don't actually. No.
Maybe weapon. Do you have nice sword? Or bow?
Uh,
Or great spear?
Sigismund, don't you have some arrows?
I have an axe. I have
I
two
ta-
axes. I can spare
I
one.
take out my short sword. What about this?
No weapon for orc. More weapon for elf.
I hide it back in my
Good
backpack.
metal.
Good
Clean
metal.
metal.
Let me see. I know dwarf who makes metal. And then he
You know
take,
dwarf.
yeah.
Damn.
I-
These orcs
Oh.
get around.
He looks at that. Can you look at the short sword?
I mean, I said I already put it back into the backpack, but I can take it out again.
Yeah, because he said good metal, so he wants to take a look.
Okay.
So picks it up in the hand, and then takes a look. I no idea what I'm doing. Seems good metal to me. Then thrusts it into the air below him. Cut well.
Now he's going
I-
to fucking bend it.
I think will be nice, but axe preferred.
I'll keep it on hold and be like, just a brief nod.
What your names?
My name is Urus,
Sigis-
first of my name.
Sigismund.
Nicola.
Looks at the elf. Doesn't see he's gonna answer.
His name Chicken.
Chicken.
That is correct. My name is Chicken.
Nice to meet you, Chicken. I'm Ulf, Grey Wolf, from the Wolf Warriors. So, what brings you to these lands? Usually, only orc from Red Claw here. Others
We
further away.
Other orcs?
Yes, not as nice as us.
Did you
Orcs thirst for blood.
Hmm.
do you know any of any other races other than orcs living here?
Well, you know a dwarf, apparently.
Yes, I do. But you should talk to Shaman. He can explain better. All I do is fight as Wolf Warrior. Strong, but in youth, not strong. Lost tournament to become chief. Exiled. So I can't go to chief. He might get challenge me to fight. I don't want to kill him now.
You think you could?
Yes.
Very polite of you.
No, he was chief all time. Just eating, getting fat. I, Wolf Warrior, fighting, hunting, moving all day. Could put him in the dirt.
But you don't want to because then you would become fat, right?
Indeed. I
Smart
prefer
Wolf Warrior.
life as Wolf Warrior. It's honorable and fun. Oh, I get to educate all these students of mine. They're not good.
You live a good
You
life.
probably could beat them.
I'm actually kind of impressed. I think my lifestyle and his are kind of nicely close knit. Not exactly,
Anyway.
but close knit enough.
Should be in town soon.
Alright, let's see this chief.
Let's get to it.
Now the town's going to be some actual
So did
stone
did
castle.
the orc keep the short sword, or do I still have it?
You still have it.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
Anyway, guys, what should we give them as a present?
I vote
Yeah,
my axe. I have two. Yeah.
I mean, we could give
I
them
have
weapons. I'm afraid this might look bad. We hand them weapons on our first meeting.
No, it's a show of strength and friendship.
Alright.
I want to make sure that we give them a good gift first.
Was
Yeah.
true.
First impressions are everything. So.
Okay. So as you enter the town,
Ooh, it's blurry for me.
blurry. It's not blurry. It'll maybe reload. Oh wait.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
fine.
Give it a
So-
little bit.
So as you enter the town, the first thing you recognize is the incredible and brutal stench of shit. in your nose.
No, that's just what's the name? Alec.
That's just Alec. So what you see in the town? It's like it smells pretty bad of animal dung, right? Like the town has no walls. Looks very primitive from your point of view. You see some orc children brawling on the streets. You know, some adult orcs spar fighting. Others take care of animals, like in all these pens that you see. There are animals. You know.
Are there any
It's-
orc ghettos?
They only eat meat apparently. The area around it seems to be a bit deforested. Yep, well, pigs, cows, all kinds of animals. They even have deer for some reason. It's like they chicken, anything you can imagine, really. Yeah, Sigismund.
Yeah, how similar is this to Anta tribes anyway? Is it like a little bit less?
Probably less civilized, actually, because and they only eat meat, while you don't eat much meat, or not at all. I don't remember actually.
Orcs look strong and healthy, unlike Sigismund countrymen.
Yeah, you know, he
Peasants
said
just
he sent one.
starving.
No, he sent one orc forward to meet with the chief to tell him that adventurer come. And then around here he's like, "Sorry, I must go, or chief get angry at me. I'll be at Tul's house." You
Hey,
know.
thank you, Ulf.
And then he nods. And then,
Where do we go?
good
Where is
luck.
Chief?
He points at the biggest house in town.
In the middle, alright.
Seems about right. I feel like they'd
Wait.
be a great potential ally at some point.
Oh no, that's not the house.
At
Sorry.
least it's
Well, we're gonna find out, I guess.
Okay.
didn't look very terribly confused, at least, so they must have had at least some contact with other.
No, you move
races.
past the orc children playing in the bathtub. But the bathtub looks like it hasn't been refilled with water for the last month. So it's more like a dirt tub. Do any of you not go into the orc's house? Chief's house.
I'll knock on the door, I guess.
There is no door. You couldn't look straight into it. They don't have doors.
They're too fucking
I guess
broad.
I'll.
Okay, so all of you enter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Oh,
So as you walk in, you see what do you see? You see one of the
Yes.
guy. You see one guy on the left. What does he look like? Let me get the NPC sheet.
And the prophet on the right side, not being able to depict them, I see.
Yes, he's the prophet. I didn't find a good picture for like an orc shaman. That
he's
is
Canadian.
that is old.
Iconoclasts, we're not allowed to depict them.
Okay, so
Yeah, he's just a high-ranking religious figure, hence you
Okay.
can't show.
the guy on the left is like pretty strong orc. He's probably the chief because there's like a massive scar across his left eye. He's very muscular and his hair is braided to the back and hangs down on the back. You know, he doesn't wear like a shirt or something, just pants, you know. Around him you see like 10 female orcs, you know, serving to all kinds of his needs.
No, I
You
don't see them.
Yeah, you don't see them, but you know, they're there. Don't worry about it.
Mm.
And to his right is the shaman. The shaman looks like he doesn't look like an orc really. He looks old and frail. He wears like a grey robe that's covered with leaves a bit. And also behind him is like a branch that sticks out, and there's like leaves coming from it. He has like a walking stick, and on top of the walking stick is like an idol. The idol has like one horn sticking out of the forehead, fairy wings, and the hair is painted in red. She
Oh,
wears a long dress that eventually mends with the stick below, and is also painted red. Her skin is kept wooden. They also both have like the red index fingers. Exactly. As you enter, the shaman stands up and greets you. The orc, the chief, just sits down. He points at the heights in front of him. You may sit down. Hello,
Okay.
travelers.
Hello. We come to your tribe for friend.
Yes, I have studied Elvish, but I'm orc, so please don't hold any mistake against me, unless it leads to war. So, travelers, what do you do in our lands? Are you adventurers or travelers?
My
There
name
is
is Tourist. We are travelers. We
travelers.
are exploring this beautiful land and encountered some of your friends just this day.
You are lucky to encounter us. Not all orc are as friendly as we are. Please. He looks at the chief, and the chief hands two bottles of what appears to be milk. It's white liquid. To the women, to the women. The women hand them to you. Please accept our gift.
Oh.
It
I
is.
will present. I will present my axe. This is this is our gift
Well, you
for
don't
your
roll.
for your great
You
grief.
don't roll inside in the open, so I'll roll for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they don't.
I present.
Yes. Let me finish first. Okay. So first, um, they don't seem to act like any with hostility. Maybe because they think you're too weak and pathetic, but the chief doesn't seem like he's gonna about to strangle you to die right now. He seems pretty calm. The shaman also seems friendly for now. Um, the as the shaman explains, before you hand him the axe,
Mhm.
this is wine from the dwarven mountains of the Anvala, called An wine. It is made from white grapes that only grow on the mountainside there. It is said to have enhancing properties. Your senses will be sharpened. It is very expensive. And I hear myself talk.
Hmm. I we accept this gift and we have some. Yeah, they are.
And
Is
they
this
hand
an
it.
offering of
Yeah.
tribute? I ask. Obviously, I don't.
No, but no, not no. As they sit, they seem to expect something in return now. Waiting for something.
I yes, I accept them and I get from my back my one of my battle axes. I present this towards you. This is a trustworthy weapon. I've used it many times. I hope it serves you well.
The shaman translate for the chief. The chief gets up. The ground shakes a bit as he heightens himself. And then he reaches for the axe and looks at it, nods approvingly, and then hands it to one of the female orcs. Then he sits down and starts speaking. Then the shaman says, Chief Iro says, the Thunder Claw and his 10 wives welcome you to this Red Claw village. You will be treated as guests. Feel free
I
to
nod
ask
approvingly.
questions if you have any, since you travel through these lands.
Mm. Okay. Uh, all right. I mean, what do we want to ask? You want to like
Someone has to take the 2 bottles, by the way, in the inventory.
No, I'll take them.
Okay.
I'll just write down white wine.
That's called wine. There I go.
Did I stutter?
Yes.
All right.
No,
Does
it
anyone
is.
want to speak for? Does anyone want to speak for us
Right.
or to them or?
I think we have a leader already.
Alright.
Wine is the wine you got, the name of the wine. It's not a person. Yet.
So we have a few questions.
Hmm.
What do you call this land here?
This land is the Morna Forest. The forest of storms. Many tribes live here. It is protected by the Mastress Lurea. And he points at the idol on top of his stick.
Pretty sure they don't have maps.
Now, no. Someone write it down, please.
It's a Monar Forest, Forest of Storms, belonging or being protected by someone called Lurea.
Now we ask question. Why do you seek this land? You said to explore. What reason? There is nothing to find.
You're
And
looking
half of
for
the things in the forest want to kill people like you.
We are looking
You
for
looking-
food and resource.
The shaman tells Iro that. Then Iro looks at him. So your ships are at the big, sharp rocks on the beach. Now you have the right to ask question.
what other people beside orcs live here?
Let's start with Orc. You have Skull Cracker tribe. Not friendly. Kill you on sight.
Next skull.
Then other tribe. He looks at his locations folder. Sorry for a mess. Bone Breaker. Likes to break bones of enemies. That's name by name. Then, like us, just with an angry face. And the- He thinks for a bit. They have. If I wrote it down. No, just animal feces. Nope, don't find anything.
Animal feces.
No, he shakes his head. But bone breakers like to wear bones on body. Skull crackers like to wear skulls. You know, your skull if you're not careful. Other other species. One elf village. North. No, not north. I'm thinking wrong. Somewhere in, he looks around that direction. They don't know how maps.
I can't know down Elf Village in that direction.
Well, they don't know how maps work. Okay, they just know where they need to go.
Somewhere in that general direction.
Then, sha, sha. Yeah. Northeast from the hometown. Northeast from the hometown. Then, on edge, big human settlement. But they don't worship forest. You know, at one elven town, weird people and ogres.
Wait, so the Elven Town also has ogres, or is it a separate
No,
group?
Elven town is in that direction, and he points south. They hide behind the wall. Also, ogres around there too. Then bugbears. Yeah, evil, worse than skullcrackers. All right. Now, I want to ask you a question. How many of you are there?
I think it's about 5,000. I think
Many friends.
something.
Well, I mean, now we can because they can check anyway since you told them where we live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty descriptive when you say need a big stone.
Yeah. Should have an idea.
Okay.
So
Many friends.
many friends.
Famous last words.
2 village. How many villages?
10 villages.
10 villages.
Maybe more. Didn't count.
Large exploration force you have. Do you intend to stay?
Well, it seems like we have.
I not approvingly.
We
We're
don't know
staying.
yet. But we need to survive the winter. We are preparing food. Looking for water. And
he
to build
tells-
houses. To not
Wait.
freeze.
No, he tells Ero, and Ero seems a bit concerned, but then he tells something to the shaman.
Maybe we move, maybe we don't.
Would like to speak to official emissary.
Well,
We will bring emissary to where you live. Speak with your leader.
do you accompany us then? We could lead you.
No, I am too old and frail. Someone else will do. But if you intend to live in forest, you should go to the shrine to make your presence known to the mistress.
Prisma?
We did. No.
Mastress?
The mistress Lurea. They call her mistress.
The ma-
Yeah,
Why not
the
mistress?
match.
I don't know.
Oh,
It's the ma-
master.
It's
Because they're orcs.
They're orcs.
They don't
Mistress.
know proper English grammar.
I was
Mattress.
about to write mattress.
The mistress. It is further down river. Half
Who
a
is
day
this
or so.
mistress?
You will see. Big tree is where she lives.
Oh, I like this.
Alright. We find it.
Really, another archfey?
There aren't that many trees in this forest.
So, what question do you have?
Do we have any more questions?
I've heard. Then he looks at Ero. Then, that Ulf, he goes to shrine. You could accompany him. He can show you way. And then Ero says something. Before he leave town.
Will Ulf accompany us to friends as emissary?
Ulf no emissary of the Red Claw. Ulf is wolf warrior.
Who will accompany us?
He thinks for a while. When you return, we will have someone ready. Must be someone we can trust. Strong orc.
Very well. We will return. And then we will send the emissary to our friends. Help them.
He nods. So the chief nods too, and then he waves you to leave.
We thank you for inviting us to your house. We will tell tales of your generosity.
But then not tell tales too far. Otherwise, Skullcracker may find you and cracks your skull.
Mm.
Bow and leave.
That's
Yeah,
actually
there
a
is
good
none
idea.
given.
North and south. But they roam entire forest, doing devious things.
Mm.
Yeah. Then he also says, "Are you from beyond the mountains?" Oh no. Where did you sail from?
This is a long story.
like he just-
we will
does he
tell
want-
next time.
Okay. Okay. Goodbye.
Anyway, I leave.
Alright.
Alright.
About leaving, how long do we do the D&D session for?
Bavarian has to leave in 30 minutes.
Should we do the mistress now or next session?
I think we can start with that next session, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll just get to meet Ulf now. And then you'll do that next session. Then we'll do what happens afterwards. Yeah, that's it.
Alright.
I'll reveal the information.
This orc seemed mighty friendly.
Yeah.
You were telling
orc
us so
children
bad stories
are
about
very
the orcs.
Need claw orcs, not any orc. I only saw the ones eating us.
Don't let your guard down. They might be trying to trick us, lull us into a false sense of security, and then strike us when we're most vulnerable.
Not everyone is as deceitful as you seem to be.
You should always expect the worst.
They seem pretty much like good people to me.
Time will truly tell.
Why is every character you make so fucking edgy?
Every
Yeah,
character.
They could give you a candy bar and you would go, it might be poisoned. Who knows? Time will tell. Dwarf? Yeah, but the dwarfs are fucking fascists. They want to fucking segregate.
Just want a palisade. They have different opinions about town planning, okay. Sorry.
No, they built a palisade within the city.
They want to build a highway? Kill them all. They are fascists.
What is this autobahn you keep talking about? and why
Because
are
they have
suddenly
different
all elves
city
why
planning opinions.
and suddenly all elves
I
are
still think a
subhuman?
dwarven stronghold would be a good move.
I don't think a stronghold within the city is actually a good message to send to anyone.
Anyway, we should be looking for Ulf before he leaves.
Yeah.
Wolf, Wolf. I start shouting, obviously.
I thought we ended the session already.
Yeah, so
Should
did
we?
I.
Yeah.
Thought we
Me
met
too.
Ulf before.
Yeah, I mean,
Alright,
we'll meet him and then we take like 5 minutes. I want to get
Okay.
somewhere else. Right?
What do you mean confirm?
Just send me and I'll tell you.
I wrote down that the Skull Tracker is somewhere in the north, Bonebreak is
Right.
somewhere in the south, Elf Village is somewhere in the northeast, Human Settlement is on the edge of the island somewhere.
No, on the edge of the forest.
Oh, on the edge of the forest. Elven Town is. It has a wall and is somewhere to the south. Ogres roam around that town and there are bugbears somewhere and they're very evil.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Probably.
Well, we can always
Great.
ask again, you know.
No, let's burn their houses. Steal their cows.
I told you the dwarves were up to no good.
Not building a palisade, we're building a giant cow pen. Steal all
You're
the
building
cows
a-
from the orcs.
You're building a giant catapult. To throw
Why
Brux's
would you
dissident away.
build a cow pen if we have no cows?
They will steal them from the orcs.
Yeah, with what money? Exactly.
Actually, I mean, probably
I was
yeah.
thinking about
Yeah.
merging, actually. Having
Yeah,
them come
probably.
over.
like
It's
some drinks or something.
It's
Could
funny.
always
It's funny. You
always-
think they use money?
could always
And we
trade
can
for
raid them
healing
and pick.
potions or something. Yeah, like with healing potions.
Or we have them become part of our
Yeah, I
tribe.
mean, we'll come to agreement or something like that at some point.
Why? We could make them a match.
Or
No, we
just
know
leave
what that
them
ended.
alone.
Don't
Well, we
worry,
know
we
what
will
that
keep them
ended.
behind the
I
dwarf
can see them
palisade. They
as
will not
a
bother you.
potential. I say the word very lightly. Potential ally.
I'm sure we'll
And
come
we
to
do.
blows with some of them sooner or later.
Probably.
The dwarves will
Well-
welcome them in and let
Well,
them
you
in.
never know. Maybe we'll
We-
have to fight even them at some point.
We'll let them in our palisades and equip them with dwarven steel,
Ooh.
as good
See,
neighbors
that's
do.
why I like
Obviously.
the dwarves. Yeah.
They take care
No,
of
that's why I
their
want the
friends.
freaking. That's why. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I just want the palisade. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea to have like a dwarven built stronghold on like a hill or something.